Hello everyone and welcome back to Stars End, the mini tutorial series. I'm your host, 2005 Guy Road 2. Okay, so today's tutorial it will be covering the looting mechanics, the trading mechanics, the mining in the Tarphite mine and refining the Tarphite, as well as creating some concrete. Okay, so our next little bit to do is to craft or to find 3 empty bottles. Now, there are ways around this little part of the tutorial is, for example, if you've got more than, if you've got 1 or 2 empty bottles and you've got another clean water and you're thirsty, all you do is just hit use and you can actually get up to 3 bottles that way. But the method that it basically wants you to do initially is to do some looting, so we're going to quickly do that. So basically, we're currently in Clayton. We don't have any stars in the top middle of the screen, which means that we don't have a bounty on our heads. So we can loot up all the bins in the area and see if we can find some empty bottles that way, some dirty water, some clean water, basically anything that will help us. Looks like that scrap pile is still in the wall. Okay. We found ourselves a beanie. No matter how many times you go through the bins or the junk, the rubbish bags, there is always a chance, let's say a 99.999999% chance that you'll always wind up with a beanie on your heads. Got some lockers over here that you can enter, but if you enter it, there's a good chance of getting a bounty on your head. So we're going to avoid those ones just for the moment. And later on I'll show you guys the hazards of the whole bounty system. For example, that's also got steel on it, so we don't want to do that currently. There's a couple of vehicles in here for a moment. Okay, let's check that one. Nope, nothing in there. Sticks and fungi. Another dirty water. Oh, quite a lot of chests, but they all say steel on them. That's not good. Okay. Also, when you're looting all the bins and other locations, there are some chances of getting some really nice loot. Also, some very rare loot as well. You can also talk to the NPCs and get some free loot that way, as well as some really good advice as well for in the game. You can attack the mechs, but I would definitely not recommend it unless you have the amount of arrows or if you've got some good weaponry in order to do it. Now the next part is to make a makeshift claim. So looking at the time pass, we can do that, but we're probably going to have to split that one into multiple sections. So to make a makeshift claim, we need to have some Tarphite, and Tarphite is in the Tarphite mine. Thankfully, in order to make the makeshift claim, you don't really need to empty out the entire mine. But normally, when I do it, I basically empty out the entire mine. If you really want to go down that route, so you don't have to keep doing all of the mining bit by bit for all the different sections, like I tend to do. One, you will definitely become overloaded, so you won't be able to run. Thankfully, the horse will still currently be able to run if you're overloaded. And the other nice thing is, if you do have a bounty and you are horseback, the mechs will not see you. Call that a feature, and an added bonus. Okay, so the horse is currently out of stamina, so we're going to have to just walk well, have the horse go slowly. As you can see, the bear is not responding to us currently, and that's because we are on the horse. Just like the mechs, if we've got bounty and we're on horseback, the mechs will not see us. So it's definitely a clear, let's say, a clear bonus. So that's happening. Next up, also want to quickly grab this salt because it's so important to get all these as much salt as possible. Because not only can you use the salt for food, but it's also required for something later on in one of the tutorials. If we get the salt now, it will save us from having to do it later. So let's quickly grab the salt. If you do want to empty out the entire mine, which is right behind us, you will need no less than 2 pickaxes, and it will take approximately 20 minutes to use to empty out the mine with a pickaxe. So we're not really going to do the entire thing in this tiny tutorial. We're just going to do as much as we need in order to get the bits that we currently need. It should be around about 3, maybe 4 Tarphite ores, I think, if my math is still right. I have done quite a bit of rebalancing on them to make the to make things not take too long to craft up by reducing the number of materials required, as well as the construction timers themselves. So we're just going to hit up a couple of these blue rocks and hopefully have enough Tarphite. Later on I'll do the math and see if we can update the player guidance. So just going to hit up one more after this one and hopefully we'll have enough. Uh-oh. That's interesting. That one just disappeared right in front of us. Makes me wonder if somebody else on the solo server is currently in the mine as well. We were both going after the same ore. Okay. So that should be enough Tarphite. So let's head to the refinery next. So I believe that we need the ingot version. Yeah. So this is the makeshift claim that it says up here that it wants us to make, and we need to turn this ore into the ingot form. Oh, more Z fighting, yay. Okay. So to get to the refinery, especially in this direction, pretty much straight. If you want to see it, it's right there. So we actually had to course correct ever so slightly. So if you want to just see it on its own, just go for the next navigation point. So once again, to get the navigation points up, we need to make sure that we have the spotter in our inventory. Hit the middle mouse button and basically you can see the icons. To change the icons that you see on the screen, just hit N to change through the nav points, and you can see what is in which direction. Oops, and don't hit map because that's just the spatial map currently. There we go. That will do. Okay, so let's head to the refinery. Now, in the single-player games, you'll see these what look like water towers. Not really water towers, they're actually a multiplayer feature, which is in the multiplayer servers. There should be a couple of mechs around here, which are always hostile. But if you're on a horse, they won't really be that hostile. There we go, it's the red mech over there. If you're on a horse, you are still invisible, but if I were to dismount here, it would definitely start shooting at us. There's another one here. Now, they are basically protecting the PvP area for the PvPvE servers. Those servers are primarily PvE, but it does have PvP zones like that hub over there. Also, the entire of space is a PvP area, except for the space stations and planets, of course. So, with that said, we have a little bit of course. We need that white building right there. There we go. So let's get hope for rain. Okay, so you can hit use on there, or you can just hit use on the actual refinery itself, and then you can convert any stones or any rocks that you've got into concrete. I forgot we do need to hit up a couple more rocks so that we can get some more concrete, because we require at least 4 concrete in order to make makeshift claim. But what we can do is we can do the Tarphite at the same time. So let's hit escape on that one, or tab out, and quickly find ourselves a rock or 2 so that we can quickly get the last of the components needed. So there's a rock over there, 214 meters, 300 meters, 236, so yeah, these ones are going to be closer. So let's quickly grab those. Looks like there's a wolf stuck in a tree. Sorry, not a wolf, a fox. Let's quickly print screen that, and I'll send that straight to the dev chat in a sec. Okay, also this is an NPC which you can shoot at. You can steal his clothing and have a chance of getting a weapon from him. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly hit this up and I'll be right back. Okay, that should be enough. So let's quickly head back to the refinery and quickly grab the concrete that we need. Also hit up the soul stone, so we might as well do that too. Let's also go into crafting and survival. There's the makeshift claim, so let's quickly make that one. And because I picked up some more plant fiber, I'll do that one too. There we go, so we have the makeshift claim. And we'll do the next part in the next tutorial where we create our own little let's say building area, or our we get our claim going. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little tutorial on how to actually make it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.